Welcome to the You Lead podcast, brought to you by the Council for School Leadership of the Alberta Teachers Association. Today, we're speaking with Dr. Lindsay Avramovic, who is the principal of St. Francis of Assisi Academy and the new president of the Council for School Leadership. She also serves on the board of directors for the Canadian Association of Principals. Dr. Avramovic started her career teaching elementary grades in Canmore with Christ the Redeemer schools, advancing through roles as vice principal, director of Catholic education, and vice principal at a K-9 school in Winton. Her leadership is focused on faith formation, curriculum development, and advocating for Catholic education. Committed to lifelong learning, she earned a master's in administration and educational leadership from the University of New Brunswick and recently completed her doctorate in education at Western University, specializing in educational leadership and K-12 systems. Dr. Avramovic is actively involved with the Alberta Teachers Association, serving on several committees and boards, reflecting her dedication to school leadership and educational advocacy. And I have Dr. Avramovic with me right now. Thanks so much for taking a little bit of time.
Thanks so much. That was a lovely introduction.
We are getting ready for You Lead, and I thought, what a great time to sit down with you and talk a little bit about your new role as the president. Now, some people might not know you as well as our outgoing president, Dr. Lynn Leslie. So why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself that wasn't included in that biography?
Yeah, that was quite the description. I would say outside of that introduction, the only thing I would probably add is that I am a first-time mom to a toddler, which adds its own complexity to my role as a principal and wearing those multiple hats. I would also add that my journey really began here. I know they mentioned that my career started here in Canmore in the Rocky Mountains, but when I consider how I came into leadership, the initial seed was at this conference. It was at You Lead, and I was an aspiring leader at that time. I had no prospects, even in the near future. I was just keen to get to know what school leadership was and what that might entail. And so that's really where my journey began, was here at You Lead. And from there, I wanted to be a part of this network. I wanted to learn from the wisdom in the room. And it's thanks to the mentors that I got to know along the way that I got to where I am now. Feeling very grateful.
Amazing. Thanks so much for sharing that. Now, I know you're coming into your term as the CSL president. I was wondering, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to in that role? Maybe some of the things already on plans, or maybe some of the things you're looking forward to adding.
I think first and foremost is continuing that legacy that has been left by my predecessors, as well as the team. I'm only one person of a team of volunteer school leaders, and we are only as strong as our work together. So I think that is really important to point out. I'm just one person, but I am really looking forward to continuing the networking. I think some of the greatest learning that I've ever come to experience happened not only at this conference, but at the different events that CSL, or the Council for School Leadership, hosts. I really look forward to celebrating the amazing work of school leaders within the province. I know that we have our annual Distinguished Leadership Awards, and that is just one way that we can show our gratitude for school leaders. I think we do such a really great job of highlighting the work of teachers, and sometimes the work of a school leader is that servant heart, and it's that those quiet acts of service that we're doing behind the scenes, and it's taking the opportunity to show gratitude and to celebrate those. Mentorship opportunities for upcoming or aspiring school leaders. And I think similar to all of those who've come before me is continuing to grow our membership. We are only as strong as our membership, and through that membership, we're able to develop and create PD to engage leaders in ongoing learning and continue improvement in our profession.
Amazing. No, that's great. And you know what? We are here at You Lead, and that's the Council for School Leadership's biggest event. But you mentioned a few things that we do outside, and there is so many events throughout the year and opportunities for school leaders. I was wondering if you might highlight some of the other events if people are here at ULead, or perhaps they're listening to this and they're missing out on our big conference, what are some of the other opportunities that they might look for that happen throughout the year?
We have quite a long list, but I think there's a couple that stand out to me, in particular our lead meets. So historically, we've held these in the bigger metro cities in Calgary and Edmonton, but we have recognizing that a number of our leaders are those rural members, is how can we continue to access them and provide those same engagement opportunities? So we've extended that to online as well. So lead meet, I like to describe it as a condensed version of TED Talks, where we get together 4 to 6 school leaders who share their best practice or what they're proud of in their schools. I can remember a principal at one of our recent lead meet events, and she said, I don't really have anything exciting to offer. I'm just a principal. And I said, no, that's the kind of principal that we want. The wisdom is in this room, and it's coming together to share our stories so that we can continue to build in our own leadership capacity. And so those are held typically twice a year, and they're really great, not only networking opportunities where you can come together and meet other local principals or vice principals or district leaders. It's an opportunity to also learn. It's condensed, almost like PD in a box, if you will. Outside of that, we've had our bus tours, which have been hugely successful and popular, which we hope to bring back in the spring, where we get to go around and tour different schools and allow principals to highlight and celebrate the things going on in their schools. We have an amazing podcast where you're probably listening to this right now, which you can find on any platform: YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. Am I missing anything?
Oh, anywhere that you can get your podcast, you're probably there.
That's where we'll be. And so those are really critical things that you can do while you're on your way to work to have a little bit of professional development or listen to another leader share best practice. We sponsor other events where partners exist. So for instance, one of them is coming up, Hannah Beach. We've sponsored those events in High River, Grand Prairie, and Red Deer. Different events at Women in Leadership, which is part of the ATA Association. And our recent leader speaker series, where we saw Kel Burke, was another really big one. So we're always at any one of those events or any one of those initiatives looking for feedback on how we can continue to serve members and support them in their role.
Absolutely. And, this is not the reason that we're here is not a plug to be a member. But when people ask, okay, I'm a member of CSL, what does that support? It's all those events throughout the year. And that is one of the ways that we're funded so that we can actually do that. So if you're not a member already, it's definitely worth looking into and making sure that your membership of the Alberta Teachers Association goes towards the Council for School Leadership. So we are on the cusp of ULead. The pre-conference starts tomorrow. And I'm wondering, what are you looking forward to the most this weekend at ULead?
I really gave this question a lot of thought. And I mean this sincerely. There is no one single thing that I'm most looking forward to, because I love it all. I love the keynotes. The amount of planning and intention that goes into each one of those is very apparent when you get to the stage and you hear those speakers speak. Having the choice to choose, what do I need in my professional development right now? And seeking out those sessions, because again, the wisdom is in the room. The networking opportunities at the Mountain Mixer or the Julian Pianos or the walks before our conference gets going. It is all, and I mean this sincerely, it is all amazing. And a huge kudos goes to the amazing team that comes together to put this on each and every year. I know I'm biased, but I would say it is by and far the best PD in the world for school leaders. And it's why I'm going to continue to come back year after year.
Wow. That's thank you so much for, like I said, taking a little bit of time as we're about to start ULead. And I really do appreciate talking a little bit more about the Council for School Leaders. And do you know what? I want to wish you luck and best time in your upcoming term as the president. And thanks again.
Thanks so much.
That's it for this edition of the ULead podcast. For more information on the Council for School Leadership, please visit our website at atacsl.ca.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.